Self-Destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Hello, I'm Michael.
I'm Justin.
We're Bear on the keyboard, and this is
A bar rant.
All right, Justin, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. I've got this beautiful onion I need to eat. Nom.
That's a random statement when they can't see you.
I know. I'm eating an onion.
Yeah, he's eating an onion. That is true. Having a couple of cocktails, got a couple of beers in us, got some food in us too, though. I mean, we always play it safe like that.
It's also really weird because eating an onion sounds like I just have a whole ass onion that I'm eating.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people are imagining. You just chomping into an entire onion. No, it's a cocktail onion. We're having some teenies. So, hey, tonight we're going to talk about self-destruct sequences.
Oh, damn. I thought you were saying self-destruction. And I'm like, bro, I'm a pro. Let's
there.
go.
You are an expert at self-destruction. But self-destruct sequences, they are a trope in
Counting
sci-fi.
down in 5, 4,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Tell me more.
Self-destruct sequences are obviously a trope in so many different genres of media. Sci-fi, you see a lot of it, but obviously more like military kind of style contemporary things, you see a lot of that too.
Yeah, that just dystopian, which is
Dystopian, you see that too.
you see it in dystopian areas, which is also kind of sci-fi. Like,
Sure.
That's science fiction, high sci-fi, sci-fi fantasy, that all of that.
Yeah.
You know. Excuse me. You don't see it a lot in just like straight fantasy.
No, that's true, yeah.
That's more of like there's
'Cause they're-
self-destruct in that aspect.
In straight just like high fantasy, you're right, or even low fantasy for that matter.
Yeah.
You're mostly dealing with people trying to like make sure the end of the world doesn't happen. So where would there be a self-destruct?
Why
sequence?
is self-destruct?
Oh, but I will actually put this out there in the universe: collapsing temples in fantasy. You beat the creature that's holding the temple together, and then the temple is collapsing behind the heroes as they escape. So you do see it in fantasy too.
That is kind of a self-destruct.
Kind of.
And also, what about the fantasy? Those high those fantasies where they're like collapsing a thing, and they're like, you know what? I know I can do this one thing, and it will take everything down, and I'm going to lose. That's a self-destruct.
Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah.
Self-destruct. That's like, I can do this one thing. It ends me, but it also takes it. It solves the problem. That's
Right.
a self-destruct. Even if it doesn't end up solving it, they think it is, and they choose that. It's a self-destruct. They're like, end myself for the better.
Yeah, you haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but there's a character who's like...
Who is Baldur's Gate? Let alone the
Who
third.
is Baldur's Gate?
Let
That's not a
alone-
person's name.
let
Who's
alone-
Baldur is the correct question to
Let alone
ask.
the third.
So Baldur's Gate 3...
It's not Ken Riffy.
Yeah, it's like Ken Griffey Jr.'s like home
No,
run
Ken
challenge.
Riffy. He just-
Oh, no, different thing.
He just riffs off of baseball things.
Ken Riffy.
So stupid. I'm sorry. Junior the third.
Baldur's Gate 3 has this character in it who has this like shard of like pure like magic like inside of him, and it's like he has to constantly feed it with magical items or else it like ruptures and like explodes and like wipes out like huge enormous, like not the whole world, but like it's like a nuclear bomb basically, where it's just like an
Whoa.
enormous amount of destructive power.
That's fun.
And,
I like that.
and
Can I
his-
play as that character?
That's one of the
That's one of the playable characters?
yeah, that's one of the party characters. Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
I
And-
should play this game.
You absolutely should. But yeah,
Can I
his
be a sexy dark elf that also has that?
no. If you're gonna be him, you're gonna be him.
Oh, gross. Never
If
mind.
you're gonna be your own character, then you're your own character with your own deal.
I hate this game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Jokes. I don't know anything about this
Tell
game.
us in the comments below what you think about that.
Actually, yes. Tell us in the comments below what you think about something.
Fair. Anyway, though, this guy though he has this piece of magic that he wants to bring back to the source. And his goddess told him that he needs to bring this back to.
Oh, he's got a fucking pact with a goddess.
Yeah, and he has to. He tried to romance her, is what he did.
Oh, what a that's
And he did it by trying to steal. You could say it. It's fucking YouTube. Who cares?
well.
Also, it's not live. I can always bleep us too.
I'm aware. That's okay.
But he stole this piece of like magical ether that was like split apart from her, absorbed inside of him, and now he has to constantly feed it. But then she told him that in order to like fulfill his destiny effectively,
He wanted to put it in her, and she was like, "Fuck
Yeah.
you," and put
He wanted-
it in him.
yeah, he wanted to dick her down, but
Yeah.
he got dicked down instead.
Yeah, bet.
He got something caught way up there that he can't get out anymore,
Excellent.
even with a good long pair of tongs.
Dum. Sorry, that's what I didn't. I was trying not to say. Just redact that.
Redacted. So so he's told by his goddess that he needs to bring this back to like this not to the source, actually. That was incorrect, previous statement. But he needs to bring this to this like ultimate evil that your new party are fighting against, and he can destroy that ultimate evil by destroying himself in the process, by overloading this magical source inside of him and basically going off like an A-bomb.
Yeah. Okay. Bet.
So that is a self-destruct sequence,
That
like
is.
You were talking about, the self-sacrifice aspect of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But, more
what
often than
more?
not, though, we don't see that as a trope. The self-sacrifice aspect, we don't see it as a trope.
No.
Instead, we see it as something is going to explode, and our heroes need to get out quickly.
Okay.
And I'm like curious about this because I've thought about this a lot, and I've said, well,
You think too much.
why is this that? I mean, that's fair. But I'm like, why is this a trope? And obvious cinematic reasons and literary reasons and gameplay reasons why you need to escape someplace quickly, right?
Oh,
It gives you a reason to leave when the
gives
whole
you-
time you've been plotting forward.
Yeah.
Now you need to get out.
It gives you fodder to abandon ship, if you will. It doesn't have to be on a ship of any style, but it gives you fodder reason to fuck off
Yeah.
from where you're at and rethink and reevaluate, and why you have to rethink and reevaluate the situation. So you're like, yeah, all right.
It also adds to the drama too, you know?
It always makes it very intense because
Yeah.
it's very like just as like everything's going to end. If you don't leave here, you end with it.
Yeah.
You can't finish doing what you're doing if
Being
you're
alive, mostly.
if you're ended. So you have to
Correct.
stay on the living side. You can't be unalive and complete your fucking quest. Period.
Yeah, whatever that quest may be.
Yeah. So
Your mission, your whatever, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean it's a trope. So good trope, bad trope?
Yeah, excellent question. I mean, like, me personally, I think it exists for a good reason, but is it overused? I'm not sure. I see it enough in media where you immediately recognize it. I say self-destruct sequence, and you know what I'm talking about. But how often do you encounter something that does something like that in real life?
All right. So, okay. All right. I didn't see that part of the question coming. Never.
Yeah, me either. Never in real life.
Never in real life. So,
If you work in the military, though, obviously there are certain things that are designed to self-destruct.
I'm not
keep them out of enemy hands, right?
I'm not at liberty to say.
You know, fair. But like scuttling a ship, for example,
I'm not at liberty to say.
keeping a ship out of enemy hands. Two more, he said to me.
Yeah, I said it quietly so you could hear it too. But
Keeping a ship out of enemy hands, though, you scuttle it. You destroy it with precise explosions to sink the ship to a point where it's no longer usable by the enemy.
I'm nodding my head yes or no. Well, no, just yes fashion, but not at liberty to say.
One more left, he said. That's one example. Also, there is like hard drives that are designed, or even thumb drives or portable portable information medium that is designed to just delete everything if you get a wrong number of inputs. That's effectively a self-destruct sequence. Am I wrong?
Ethan,
Hunt.
are you there?
Here.
Your mission, if you
choose to accept it.
To accept it, is insert whatever the fucking dumb mission is. That is impossible.
It's always some sort of impossible mission, right?
Also, this is going to self-destruct immediately after I'm done.
Just explodes in his earbuds.
After I'm done telling you the rest of the information. 5 seconds later.
Takes the sunglasses
Takes
off.
the sunglasses off, throws them, walks away from the record player, the fucking tape recorder, a fucking stick, the magic stick from the fucking 60s, the magic stick message. It's like, and walks away. Well, I hate fucking glasses.
Justin just shattered a cocktail. It's self-destructed, if you will. How appropriate.
Oh.
Hey, deal with that in a second. Hold on. We got shit to talk about.
Yeah, no. I'm not even going to deal with that a little bit right now. I'm just
probably because you're furious too.
I'm so sad. That is so good. Can I have?
I'll make another one, buddy.
Okay, it's very good. It's a very good Vesper, and I don't have to have it with that onion in there.
Yeah, we decided the onion was not good with the Vesper.
Doesn't matter. I've got a beer right here. Shut up. Let's go.
James Bond never had a self-destruct sequence, but Mission Impossible, that was a trope, the self-destruct sequence. And it could be
not just a trope. It was literally their, like, that was their trope.
It was their thing, right? But it can be as big as a fucking a space station exploding, or as small as a information device, like you said, a tape recorder, a record player, the magic stick.
Magic stick. We're calling it magic stick.
Sunglasses, whatever, can just evaporate or incinerate or whatever, self-immolate, if you will. And any of those things could be the case, and all of those are self-destruct sequences. And so, just like we see in real life, it can be as small as a hard drive wiping itself, or as big as the U.S. government scuttling a ship to make sure, or any government scuttling a ship.
I thought you were going to say as big as someone just accidentally knocking their cocktail glass over.
As big as somebody accidentally knocking over their really big towers over.
Oh, too soon? Questions?
It's not too soon. Everyone who watches YouTube doesn't even know what the fuck 9/11 is. They weren't alive for it.
Oh, now it's too old.
It's too old.
You just age yourself.
I just aged myself. Yeah.
Yeah, you dum dum.
It's like you saw 9/11. You're an old fucker.
Whoopsie, dum dum.
But yeah, it's kind of a funny trope to me because you see it in so much, and it's widely different genres. Like,
still very good.
Just licking it off the table.
Oh. It's a little crunchy now.
Oh, shit. No, it tastes a little like blood.
But it's still good.
It tastes a little like the last time my mouth was bleeding. But you see it in so many different genres, right? Obviously, sci-fi is a big one, but you see it in everything.
Oh, Spy is kind of sci-fi, because that's science.
It can be. It's contemporary science fiction, if you will. I mean, is James Bond sci-fi?
So we're not doing this right now, and we should, but we will another time, just not right now. Because that's a fun one. But yeah, sci-fi, and then you've got, your spy stuff. But you also see it in just like, technology exists. And that's been around. That self-destruct sequence has been around. The idea of it has been around for a very long time. But it's only has to do with the technology we have now. It makes it more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, it makes sense. I feel like big corporations, if there wasn't the whole, like, we can't kill a lot of people on purpose.
Yeah, a lot of, like, shrugging when they're saying this.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to kill a lot of people.
Would just have, like, a fucking self-destruct clause. And honestly, you could have that if they're willing to read through it all and sign it.
Yeah.
But with that, I would say, like, no. I watch you just, like, glance over and sign and be like, I'll take the job. No. You have to read everything.
You got to read the clause.
Or you do not get the job.
Yeah.
You have to read every word, and there will be a test on it. Like there'll be a test on the whole clause.
Yeah, it's part of the like employee training
It's
program.
like, I don't care how much you hate your life, but also you have to understand you're sacrificing yourself immediately by taking this job, just in case one of these things happen.
Right.
You could live a very healthy and fruitful life, or something could happen and you could die immediately.
Well, we were talking a little bit. We're outside for a second, and we were talking for a little bit about the Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil, because most Resident Evil games employ this kind of dramatic moment wherein there is some sort of self-destruct sequence, or the city's about to get bombed, or whatever the case may be. It's some sort of sequence that's occurring where
like
everyone's
bombing fluid. Kind of zombie
getting
like.
bombed with an L. Yeah. But there's some sort of sequence that's happening that causes you to leave rapidly when you've been pushing forward into the labyrinth this entire time, and now you have to exit rapidly. And it's important for these things to happen in video games to create that tension and create that pacing. But it's also, but he's just holding up his shattered martini glass.
I was just joining you.
But it's all right. Sure, let's go. But it's important to create dramatic tension and pacing, especially for this climactic end event. But it doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense on a real level. Like, as I described to you, and what I'll probably put a soundbite in the edit too.
Sure, of course.
Is self-destruct sequence has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
Yeah.
Please deactivating and releasing all locks. And it's like, wait a second. So if the self-destruct sequence is designed to stop the virus from spreading,
right? Like,
then why would you release all the locks? You would lock everyone down, not tell anybody shit, and blow the place up.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's great. I got out, and everything should be okay. Except, oh shit, I still have this vial of a thing in one of my pockets.
One of my numerous science pockets.
Lab coat. Lab coat.
I like science pockets better.
Science holding. Science of. How do I
of holding?
Yeah, science of holding. I have one of these fucking vials in my science of holding. It's like, what? That doesn't make sense. It does. I work in a laboratory, if you will.
Laboratory, if you will.
So yeah, like it's like that's why the clauses. You fucking Mr. and Mrs. Claus. No shit. Fuck off of that thought.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
No, happy Thanksgiving, bitches. I'm just kidding. It's May.
Whichever.
It may not be. So.
In March be, though.
Fat Tuesday.
Happy Easter, everyone. So,
No. So, but that's why, like, you would be like, hey, scientists. And the scientists wouldn't be shaky or sweaty or, like, worried about, like, fucking up the chemicals they're working with and all of that. They'd be worried about the fact that I could die at any moment if anything goes wrong by anyone else.
Yeah.
And you just want to have, like, the top-notch, because they all understand all of everything. It's like, if shit goes south and sour, you're dead if you're in this building.
period.
This building is going to go out.
It's going to detonate.
And you die. They're like, we lock everything because we're not releasing this to the public. Because as evil as this all may seem, we're not evil. This is how you know we're not evil. We're killing this entire... We're keeping it contained.
I mean, I got to use a real-world example here, right? What happened when everyone's so worried about COVID?
Who?
This young lady named COVID who was walking the streets of our cities at night.
You're talking about the Rona?
I'm talking about the Rona right now, yeah.
I love Rona. She was so sweet.
But you know what I'm saying, right?
She gave sweet little kisses.
What is the response that everyone had to that?
Yeah, they were like, fuck this shit.
Lock it down.
Yeah.
Don't leave. Don't go anywhere.
Don't do...
It's not self-destruct sequence has been activated, deactivating and releasing all locks. It's been like, no, stay the fuck put.
It's self-destruct activation has been released, And also lock down. Close all the doors. Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. 100% what Umbrella should do, but it's a trope that exists within fiction for a reason.
Yeah.
And most of that is to build dramatic tension.
It builds the tension. It allows you to, like, I have to fight to get out of here. And if I don't get out of here, everyone suffers and I die.
Yeah.
But if I get out of here, no one suffers and I don't die. That's the other thing about that trope.
Okay, elaborate.
For Resident Evil,
Yeah.
if I die, I have failed the mission, which also ends in the fact that everyone else also loses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Especially when you look at like the first 3 games where it's all set around Raccoon City and the T-virus and everything. Yeah, obviously
Trash Panda City is what he meant to say.
Trash Panda City. Trash Panda Town. Obviously Stars.
I don't know why I like Trash Panda Town, but that is my vibe.
Obviously,
I'm not a hipster. You can tell because I said I'm not.
bet.
I knew you'd like that.
But yeah, Stars goes on their mission in the first game in order to uncover where all these murders are coming from, these cannibalistic murders. They thought it was a cult or something.
Sure.
And it turns out, no, it was fucking zombies. And as they're discovering more and more of the secrets of the Arclay Mansion, they realize that, oh shit, no, this was a research base that was making this virus that turns things into zombies. And yeah, obviously, if they all died there, it would have spread. But you know what happened in the second game? It still spread. It still got out. It didn't matter.
I don't know how to say anything more than
Yeah, hand gestures.
there was a second game. There was a third game.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
Yeah, the first 3 were all set around Raccoon City, yeah.
It kept happening for a reason. Hey.
Yeah, to be fair, too, Umbrella had multiple facilities. But the odds of them losing a lockdown on every single one of these facilities is, like, unprecedented.
Tropey?
Like, yeah, tropey. Yeah, no, for real. Like, that shouldn't
Not
have
taupe,
happened.
not the color taupe.
No.
No, trope.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Subsequently, too, I mean, there was already shit that was outside of the Arclay Mansion by the time it exploded. It was already in the wilderness at that point.
Yep.
It already moved its way into Raccoon City. So
that was their issue.
the destruction of the mansion was 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. Honestly,
I was going to say, it's kind of like the mansion doesn't know that it doesn't matter at this point, and it's going to follow procedures because it's just set in there. Oh, shit, this has happened, and now we have to do this thing, and now we will do the thing, and we will... but it doesn't matter because of the escape of a thing that should have never happened. The mansion should have detected that, and that person should have exploded when they got to a certain point that incinerated everything. But they didn't have that in the fucking clause, and that's why that person was able to walk out of there.
procedurally bad.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's wrong.
It's bad procedure.
If you're going to deal with fucking around with mutating and making the things that
bioweapons and shit, yeah,
can be the best thing but also the worst thing ever, like, you have to keep that shit so isolated everyone that's a part of it understands the consequences and the risk involved and have to be 100% signed up for it. Otherwise, fuck you. I don't like the self-destruct sequence, apparently. I'm just like, no, fuck that in this grand scheme.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, the self-destruct sequence doesn't need to exist. There's so many other things that can be in place.
Yeah.
So, okay, riddle me this. So, remember Aliens? Yeah, the second movie. Yeah, Aliens. Yes, yeah,
absolutely.
And there's a self-destruct sequence that was put on the colony.
Yes.
By the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Why did that exist?
No.
Exactly.
It existed because of...
So we went through Umbrella and bioweapons and viruses and all this kind of shit, right? And we said, okay, It almost makes sense, but they're procedurally missing some steps here. There's
Right.
so many other steps they could take before a self-destruct sequence needs to occur. If even it needs to exist, just a straight lockdown would work out better.
All right, so
But Aliens is set on a colony planet.
so for this is even better. Check this out. This exists because it has to exist, which I also, well, we'll get there. No, this exists because it has to. Because of what happened and what they were trying to do. They're trying to go and colonize and find planets to exist because we, as a species, aren't killing what we live on, and we're looking for ways to live.
Yeah, naturally.
Right. Encountered problems. What?
Yes, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this lighthearted.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare anyone. Encountered some minor problems. Throat monster. That's like the least of the problems. Terrifying movie. It scared the shit out of me. The first movie, Alien.
Movie, we'll talk about the first movie too, which also has a destruct sequence in it.
Alien. Though, fucking, that's a horror movie. Aliens. That's an action movie.
Agreed.
Anyhow. Okay, it's okay.
A little panicky right now.
I'm not. Alcoholism. I shattered my glass and I feel bad about that because I could use the alcohol. Oh, thanks, beer. So it had to happen because colonizing, but with all those issues encountered, like, just in case we have introduced this into what we're trying to colonize on top of whatever happened, gotta be careful and ready to eradicate everyone and everything. Again, sign up for the colony and know all of the stipulations.
At any point, you can get just obliterated.
You could be dead now, tomorrow,
10 years from now.
or when your children are bringing you your fucking grandchild.
Yeah.
You need to know all of that and know that. You signed up for it. If you forget that shit, that's on you. You just need to know that 100%, period. And honestly, I'd be like, a reminder, your daily reminder with this technology, you get a daily reminder like, just remember, you signed up for this shit and you're here and this could happen at any point. Just a reminder that death is, like, it's just telling you how imminent death is, like, constantly.
One of my biggest issues with the self-destruct sequence, though, is the nature that it always presents itself to you, right? So you're talking about, oh, okay, yeah, you sign up for this shit. There's some sort of alien virus or something with the ecosystem that, like, fucks with the human race in such a way that you cannot leave this planet. And we're going to obliterate the colony that you have established here on this planet. Fine. But they wouldn't warn you of that. It shouldn't warn you of that. That gives people time to escape.
Sure. Again, so that's the other thing. It's like, you know this is going to happen. There is no escape. You don't get that.
That's one of the biggest issues with the trope that make it more a dramatic moment in media as opposed to something that would realistically happen.
How it should work. I'm just giving you realistically how it should work. Yeah, the reason it is a trope is because you have that option. Like, everyone else doesn't even have that. And you know what? You take that realistic look at it, and everyone knows. Your fucking protagonist is like, I'm aware, but I can fucking make this work. I can't save everyone, but I can get out of here enough to at least save myself. And for the greater good.
That's what I'm saying. Being able to get out of a situation where you should be quarantined because it's being detonated. It's being self-destructed. You should not be able to get out of a situation like that.
And I fucking made it.
There shouldn't be a countdown. It
and then
should
you
just
get
happen.
episode 2, which we're already talking episode 2, Aliens is what we're talking.
Yeah.
But you get episode 2, and it's like, I got out, and it's like, you shouldn't have. You've been infected.
So, she blew up the Nostromo in the first movie, right?
Yes.
And that was a self-destruct sequence that was activated as well.
Well, she activated the self-destruct.
Right. It was like a manual operation kind of a thing.
But still, it's like, yeah, we gotta blow this. We gotta blow this joint. We blow it, and she was ready to die for that. No, there's escape pods.
Yeah, she left. She escaped, yeah.
There were escape pods. She wasn't even ready to die for it.
No,
it was
she bounced.
Yeah,
even if she was impregnated by an alien, which is my biggest issue with an activated self-destruct sequence.
So that's the thing is, it's not even a self-destruct sequence. That's not a self-destruct sequence.
You're just arbitrarily scuttling your ship.
Yeah, if you're just blowing a thing. Yes, perfect. Sorry. But yeah, exactly. Like, no, that's not self-destruct. Self-destruct is when you design a robot that is a companion and works alongside people to maintain,
like an android, if you will, for example. Maybe
Nice.
they have white blood.
Nice, we're just back into alien territory.
Yeah, I'm in alien territory right now.
And I'm okay with that, but works alongside of everyone, and that's it. That has a self-destruct sequence that they don't know about.
Okay.
But when there are certain readings that their system gets, it goes over what they are cognizant of.
Okay.
And then it triggers their self-destruct, and they self-destruct. That is self-destruction.
Yeah.
They don't know about this thing. Doesn't know about it. This ship, this robot, it doesn't know about it. It just happens based off of readings. Levels.
Yeah.
And it's based off of those readings that are like, oh, this is nope. And it incinerates everything.
I mean, until recently,
that's self-destruct.
Yes, and
appropriately.
Until recently, though, we've only had very simple artificial intelligence, right?
That is true.
And so,
now it's very creative.
When you look into the sci-fi realm, you can understand that, like, okay, it's more and more plausible for this thing to take readings from different sensors inside of a ship or a colony or what have you, or a laboratory, what have you. And it can say, okay, well, these readings are abnormal. So it double checks, triple checks, quadruple checks, it goes through all the data, and then decides, oh no, there has been a breach, and we need to destroy immediately.
Everything now.
Yeah. In order to stop any of this from leaking out into the outside world.
That's why we can have this conversation right now and make it so clear. Self-destruct as a trope in the past, in sci-fi, fun, great for writing. Now, no, be realistic. Fuck you. Those are my thoughts. This is my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Like, be realistic. Fuck you. If it's self-destruct that you're using, I want it to be literal self-destruct. It was implemented, and whatever this object is self-destructing. I also believe you can make a anti-hero, a protagonist, or an antagonist a self-destruct sequence in a book that would work in a writing, not a book. Fuck it.
In some sort of media.
Pick thank you.
Yeah.
Pick it. You can make that work too, as long as they understand everything. And as soon as they see it, they say nothing. And they're like, yeah, I already was ready to go, but this is my spot to go. They can even have, oh, man, what a fun idea for a series of just watching them grow and like connect with so many people and just be a part of the community and like, oh, this is beautiful and all of that. And then it just goes south just the right way where it's like, oh shit, this is a problem, a pandemic that's about to happen, and I can control it. And with zero thoughts at all. They don't even think of, it's not like oh no, I've made so many. They're just like, nope. Like, you just fall in love with them and how they fall in love with everyone, and then immediately they're just like, nope, and ignite themselves.
Self-immolation.
Yeah. To also be the self-destruct.
Straight up Buddhist monk style.
Yeah. Oh. Oof. Sorry, I just wrote that for all you guys. Write it or whatever. I don't care.
Right in the comments below. Yeah, I mean, long story short about self-destruct sequences, as I feel like they're an important place in media for the kind of the fun tension and sense of pacing that they can create. But as far as them working that same way in real life, I don't think it would. And perfectly honest, I don't think some things need a self-destruct sequence. We're talking about aliens, right?
Yeah.
And it's a planet colony. That doesn't need a self-destruct sequence, right? It's a planet. You just don't go there.
Oh.
You know, like things don't leave the planet when you're on a planet.
That's inaccurate. Things do leave the planet. We left the planet. That's the problem.
I mean, you can have a shutdown thing in order that doesn't involve the entire planet like fucking detonating.
They've got a technology and all of that.
If they have the technology to explode an entire fucking space age colony, they have the technology to like ground all ships electronically.
Okay, I'm not against that. I'm not against that thought process either.
You can quarantine a planet more easily, I think, than you can explode a colony or a planet.
I don't
for that
know,
matter.
As humans, I think we've proven it's way easier for us
to explode things,
to destroy than it is to like nullify.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unfortunately,
that is not wrong. That's not wrong, my friend.
But yes, that's even better to write about. Write about that so we can manifest that. Yeah. Manifest that destiny. I think that's better. If you talk about
the quarantine planet.
Yeah, if you talk about it enough.
It might happen, who knows? Anyway, so Beer on the Keyboard here. Send us all of your money via beeronthekeyboard@gmail.com.
Self-destruct that shit on the
self-destruct yourself. Right.
No, self-destruct on that bell.
On us.
And like, subscribe, all those jazzy.
Hit that thumbs up or down. We don't care.
Sweet, sweet nectars.
Self-destruct sequences. That's been another bar rant. Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.